Okay, hi people, it is Shakes here, and I've just wanted to do this. It's sort of an unboxing, and my thoughts on the Yugioh Uncut DVDs that came out in, I don't know, it's either 2004 or 2005. And these DVDs are just great. 4Kids isn't evil, they're stupid. That's what it is. They're not evil, they're stupid. They canceled these because they didn't want them to clash with their with the sales of the edited DVDs, which doesn't make a lot of sense if you think about it. And a few years later, they would start uploading videos of the original versions of Yugioh, the original versions of the episodes of Yugioh, to their YouTube account, which was the Japanese raw footage, which they began subbing. But then that led to a lawsuit with Konami, and eventually Konami got the full rights to Yugioh, and then Saban got the broadcasting rights, and here we are with Yugioh. But these are the original uncut DVDs. I have the third volume on the way. Don't know exactly when it's gonna get to my house because the tracking system on it is stupid. But yeah, and also I would be also possibly unboxing the Redemption Blu-ray set for Star Trek: The Next Generation. But I ordered it with this. Never order things in more than one unless they're from the same seller, I think. Because when I got the second volume of the Yugioh Uncut DVDs today, I also got a second Star Trek: The Next Generation Season 4 on Blu-ray, which I feel is a bit odd since I already have it. And it's a screw-up by the Amazon shipping department. And they put a sticker on there. I think I threw it away. They put a sticker on the back. You can see where I ripped off the paper. They put a sticker on there that said Redemption Blu-ray. That's not what it was. And someone at Amazon should probably get fired, whoever's in charge of the shipping department. If any representative of Amazon is watching. But whatever. But anyways, this edition of Yugioh is great. I don't know why Saban doesn't get the balls to team up with Funimation again and have them and bring back all the original cast of Yugioh to continue these and release them in season format or half season format, not this volume with only 3 episodes per disc shit. No. Or have New Video Group release some, or Funimation, in season format. That way it would be good. So yeah. But before I get into showing you the specs of these cases, these were new when I got them, so they came with the original inserts, which is a 4Kids / Funimation thing, which are flyers. This one came with the volume 1. This one comes with volume 2. Yeah. And by the way, there is a lot that 4Kids changed that I didn't know was in Yugioh, because I didn't read the manga. I've never seen the sub episodes. So yeah, but I imagine that the dialogue is muchly unchanged, which leaves a lot to be desired in the dubbing department for the scripts. The scripts are uncut, which is good. And there's a lot that 4Kids could have left in. There's a lot that 4Kids needlessly cut out. And a lot of the sound effects that they use were either recreations or they took them directly from the audio of these episodes, like the life point counter, the sound when the life points either go up or down, the summoning sounds, pretty much a lot of the sound effects not the music, but the sound effects were exactly the same as with the original versions from Japan, which makes you wonder why they just didn't leave everything intact. The theme song I can understand, because it's J-pop, it's Japanese pop music, and not a lot of people would understand the music, I guess. But at least they could have dubbed it into English, like Funimation did with Dragon Ball Z Kai, you know. But whatever, this was the early 2000s. That was the early 2000s. Saban was doing it with Digimon, and they were doing it with several other animes, including, and I'm sorry for this, but including One Piece. Okay, so yeah. So let's show you the specs of it. Here's Volume 1, the Shadow Games. It's Yami on the front, or whatever his Japanese name was, or his original name was, Dark Yugi, whatever. And there's the Dark Magician. It says the Shadow Games right there. And Yugioh, Shonen Jump's Yugioh. So yeah, here's the side. Hold on a second. Okay, that's a lot better. Now I can see. 4 kids right there. And on the back, the Shadow Games. And, I'll read you this little insert here if you can't read it. The most anticipated Yu-Gi-Oh! DVD is finally here. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Like you've never seen it before. Unedited, unchanged, and uncut. Experience all the live action, all the monsters, and all the duels in their original form. It's your move. Episode 1, the blood-curdling Blue Eyes White Dragon, the Trap of Illusionists, Faceless Mage, that's episode 2, and episode 3, The Lost Exodia. Bonus features it's very light on bonus features, given the technology, I guess, like 8 years ago, maybe 9. Japanese dialogue with English subtitles, and the English dub, which is a new English dub, like Funimation did for Dragon Ball Z Kai. So, yeah, and the dub is very, very spectacular on here. And nothing has been left out, and you don't even have to watch the sub. You can watch the dub on here, and you'll get all the information that you want. I'm not a sub fan of a lot of media. If I can watch it in English with subtitles, I'll be happy. Okay, so yeah, and if the dub is good, I'll be very happy. But this dub is spectacular. So yeah, why 4Kids canceled these? And the reason that they gave, so stupid. You get money either way with selling these. Of course, they had to probably pay more royalties to the original Japanese studio that produced Yu-Gi-Oh! Back then. The music artists and the Japanese cast, I think. Although, as Japanese money is worth a lot less than American money, they probably didn't have to pay them much. But yeah, these are the definite way to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, and here's the disc. It's basically the same thing as the cover, except it says Volume 1 instead of not saying it. So yeah, and 4Kids, Funimation, and yeah, and it's Region 1. But really, why doesn't Funimation team up with Saban, or Saban team up with Funimation to continue the Uncut Yu-Gi-Oh! Dub with the original cast? I don't get it. You know, if I had a production company, and I swear I will someday, maybe, I would get the rights to finish the uncut dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and 5Ds. I don't care for Zexal, so yeah, and I'd get all the original casts back, and I'd have really good translators. I'd probably have my company team up with Funimation to help translate the episodes, and probably use their studio to record the dialogue, but still, it's just great. So yeah, here's Volume 2. It has Weevil and Great Moth on there. Oh yeah, and the features are the original story arc, the original Japanese story arc, not the 4Kids watered down version. Original Japanese dialogue with English subtitles, and original Japanese music for the dub. So yeah, and it's called Volume 2, the Insector Combo. And I think Volume 1, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but Volume 1 is the Shadow Games. I think I probably did, so yeah. And on the back, it has as Volume 2. I forgot to show you guys I forgot to point these out in Volume 1. It has Blue Eyes right there, and Yugioh. So yeah, on the back of Volume 2, it has Harpy's Pet Dragon, which is weird, just this thing doesn't even show up in the episodes that they picked for this. And the Harpy Ladies. So yeah, and it's the same description right there. Okay, and Episode 4, the Insector Combo. Episode 5, Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. And Episode 6, My Beautiful Harpies. So yeah, bonus features, the same thing as the first volume. So yeah, and there's the disc, basically the same thing. So yeah, I don't get why no company finishes the Uncut Yu-Gi-Oh dub. You know, I doubt that Saban's gonna do it. He has his own thing. Even though the Power Rangers is really darker than it has been, with still retaining comic relief. You know, it's like Star Trek now, except it doesn't swear. And if Funimation had done their dub like they did for this, really all they'd have to do was change the cards, possibly censor out any bad imagery, like ultimate, like almost naked women or whatever, and change some of the dialogue so that it's not the same, and then release them uncut. That would have been perfect. Seriously, like Funimation did. They dubbed Dragon Ball Z to the uncut versions of the episodes, and then had Cartoon Network and Toonami edit them so that they for the content that was in it. Yeah, but the dialogue was basically kid friendly. So yeah. But seriously, if all you'd have to do is just what I said, you know? And the reason that they edited the cards like they did, with just the picture and the attack points or the type of card that it is because according to FCC regulations, at least back then, maybe nowadays too, I don't know if that policy has changed, but back then, the reason why they did the cards the way they did is because apparently it would be considered more of a half-hour long toy commercial rather than an episode of a show, and so they had to redo the cards like that, which is why if you see in Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, the cards are like their English counterparts, because 4Kids didn't have to conform to FCC regulations, which is why I think 4Kids is stupid, not evil, as many people claim. 4Kids is not evil in any way. They're just stupid with how they did their dubs. They were just stupid. So yeah, and at least they were willing to give us uncut versions of Yu-Gi-Oh! The way that they did, you know, but which they had teamed up with Funimation, because Funimation is badass with their dubs and everything, and how they handle everything, you know, and they really got a handle, because Dragon Ball Z had been done with for like 2 years, I think, but it was still running on Cartoon Network, and yeah, and they really figured all their shit out, so they could do a lot, you know. And there really isn't a lot of swearing in these episodes. You know, just the first episode says hell, and the second episode in this says death. But that's really all that they did. You know, all they needed to do was cut out some of the dialogue or change some of the dialogue so it's not as offensive. Change up the imagery on the TV so it censored out anything a lot offensive, and they would have had a great dub, and probably keep a lot of the music and sound effects. So yeah, they would have had a perfect dub. So yeah, just comment, rate, subscribe, go to my channel, go to my second channel, follow me on Twitter, links in the description. If you guys want to talk about this more, leave a comment. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.